So a bit of a look with the volume down. I just fixed just a little problem with this 101Z actually, and wasn't huge, but a little problem with the interface between the AM/FM board. Well, AM or FM on these, and with this particular one, AM was the only choice, of course, with the early 101. So, of course, they changed later on where you could have AM or FM with the digital versions. Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, and of course the 901 you went to AM or FM on the switch. Anyway, this is a bit of a really nice looking non-digital, which has its place because it's got the non-digital VFO. So the FV101Z went with the FT101Z, and then you could then start just adding bits and pieces, you know, as you go and of course you had to use often 901 bits, etc, etc. Now I've actually, that's a 902 tuner, but I've got quite a few different tuners here of 901, 90. Well, I think that's the only 902 tuner, to be fair. I think that actually should be with the 902 radio. But anyway, but just wanted to show you exactly how much room these things take up, because they do. And this is one of the smaller lineups. Now let's have a look. Doesn't look so bad when you start at this end of the tape measure. So you get to 200 mil, 400 mil, 6, 7, 8, 1 meter. Just over 1.2 meters by the time you get that whole lineup sitting there. So they do take up a bit of bench space. So anybody that says, you know, they want to start collecting old gear, just buy, I don't know, you need a very long room, lots of shelves, and yeah, absolutely. All right, let's just have a quick look at the 101Z. Of course, you didn't have digital display, but you had all the normal features of the 101. And if I just go to, we'll just move up the band a bit. Oh, I've just realised something too. I was mucking around with the VFO. We'll get to that. I was thinking, that's not changing frequency. And I'm not hearing anything. There's a good reason for that. I was just playing with the external VFO. And look at that. Funny that. Now we can actually hear changes actually happening. Let's go back to off tune mode. So I want external VFO there. And then I can go back to just VFO there. So you do get to sort of set two frequencies if you need to. A lot of Indonesian stuff happening there. Yes, so that's a trick for new players and old players like me. Just remember which VFO you're on, and you can sit there and set, obviously, split frequencies between them. So that's sort of a little bit handy at times. Often, you know, when people are working up 5, down 5, you can sort of cover that with the RIT clarifier, XIT, RIT situation. But look, you know, if someone goes, 100 kcs down, which is very unusual, wouldn't happen. Anyway, so that's pretty much the early model 101 Z series. And what we want to do is, with leaving all that in there, well, let's just have a quick, there's no one on there. Let's have a little look. 1, 2, oh, hang on. Let's see what's happening. All right, I was just going mental before because I'd switched the Crow into a different mode, but give you an idea, these station monitors are quite good. This is the YO901 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. VK3 Charlie Mike testing, just doing an on-air test at the moment, just so people know who it is. But as you can see, they're a nice graphical display. You can also do trapezoid, and also you can sit there monitoring IF and doing lots and lots and lots and lots of different things. Okay, so let's get rid of the tape measure, and let's see if we can let's change things up a bit.
This is Victor Kilo 5, Mike Juliet. Victor Kilo 5, Mexico, Japan.
You on your Mal? Okay, so what's changed? Digital. We have got a digital version happening. Now, why don't I have the VFO, which is the digital version, running with this unit here? Now, the big giveaway is the silver external controls. On the Mark 1 and Mark 2, they didn't have the silver. And this was the way to tell that, that goes with the Mark III. It will only work with the Mark III. It will only plug into the Mark III. The Mark 1 and Mark II ZD, you couldn't plug those in. So really, apart from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, actually I'm driving that fairly hard, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's pretty much what you just looked at, plus a digital readout. So now we've got a digital readout, which is what they did with the Mark 1 and Mark II in the series. There's Mal talking away on good mate of mine from the Riverland back in South Australia. Okay, so what would be the next smartest thing to do? Well, let's have a look. Let's step it up. Okay, and probably not a surprise, but this is the Mark III. So once again, you can tell by the outers and see how they all match up, etc., etc. So this is sort of what happens is when you get off my plasma TV that's coming through at the moment. I should have turned that off. Bit of Indonesia coming through. But this is pretty much the workup of how you can basically change your station from non-digital to Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, but just bearing in mind this VFO will only work on the Mark 3, the one with the knurled silver knobs, like so. Now, I'll just come off the frequency one a little bit, so make sure we're not on someone else. That microphone's not going to work. Oh, unless I trick it. Just realised. We'll go there. Let's have a look. 1, 2. No, that mic's definitely not going to work. There we go, get another mic. I just noticed that. I grabbed that mic and I thought it should work, but no, it doesn't. Okay, so let's try that again and see if this mic works. I'll show you what was wrong with the other mic. Easy fix, but God knows how this has happened. Probably by dropping it like that one. See how the lever's coming out? Anyway, we'll pull that to bits and have a look at that. This is the problem. Some of this stuff has sat around for a while and you've just got to go, righto. Let's see if this is transmitting all right. Hello, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's certainly got lots of oomph. VK3 Charlie mic testing on a, what am I testing? FT101Z Mark III. So, and I haven't actually tuned up correctly there, to be very honest with you. I might just go up the band a little bit and just make sure we're not on anywhere near where someone else is. And actually, let's just go power output. Just give it a quick sort of look there. Hang about. Alright, we'll go back to transmit again. My mistake. And we'll just give it a little bit of a peek there on the band. Yeah, there was a little bit more to go there, wasn't there? Quite a bit more. Okay. Rough enough for what we want to do here. That should just about be killing the scale now. Oh, look at that. 1, 2. Hang on. Let's just take that input level back down a bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, also I'm on AM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. VK3 Charlie mic testing. And we can take that back up a bit again. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. VK3 Charlie mic testing. Good stuff. Okay, so yeah. Now, what is the point of all this? Well, number one, to show you how these lineups coexist. I'll turn all that off for the moment. And how it all sort of takes up room. Oh, that one can go off too. Why not? And basically, to just get you ready for the fact that if you are going to start thinking about collecting some of these lineups, the first tool you need is a tape measure. Just to see how it's going to go. Now, obviously, there was a number of bass mics that you could put on these and different things. There were RIDI modules that came out with the 901 series as well. There were lots of different things that, you just keep on. With the 901, it can get up to, a couple of meters long. So, I know for a fact this is our only Mark III left. So, unfortunately, I'm sorry. We had 3 Mark IIIs. And some people had sort of had their name on the Mark IIIs going back a little bit, so they are gone. But what that means is we will have some spare FV101DMs now, and I think only a couple. We ended up finding 4 in total, although one, I must be very honest, I don't know. It's got a cover off it at the moment, which means that I was obviously doing something with that. So that might even get sold as is. I don't know. I'll see how we go for time. But there will be some digital and non-digital Mark 1, Mark 2s. And I know I'm dealing with a couple of inquiries, and I know who you are. So you'll get something tomorrow, just sort of giving you an update on where we're at. But as you can see, we've just had to get through, quite a bit of this, and there's, other stuff, VFOs down there, and there's more on the shelves. So we'll get through that. And but this has just been an interesting walk down memory lane as far as the transition from non-digital through to finally digital, then really getting into memory VFOs, etc. that came with Mark 3s. If you're the owner of a Mark 2 or Mark 1, I'm not aware of any mods at this stage to make the Mark 3 go on there, but that doesn't mean there's not one out there. So definitely Google and check out, because there may well be. I could imagine that just be a matter of interpreting. I mean, they obviously made the Mark III fit up with it, so can't be too much. All right, well, anyway, that's a bit of a look at what we've been up to today. We've got a lot more to get through. Fortunately, I've got a mate coming down from Young, New South Wales to spend a bit more time with me, and that will have another bit of service equipment on it, and he'll be at that bench testing bits and pieces, and I'll be here with this one, and so I might even have my new Marconi 2966 down by then, so we'll see. Anyway, good to just sort of give you a bit of a walk through what's coming up. I mean, most of this gear, as you can see, I mean, it's pretty spotless, and we've got a lot of that sort of stuff coming up. Someone said today about the junk, and look, I've got to be honest, of course there's some junk. I mean, someone insinuated that it's all junk, but that's okay. Everybody has a right to an opinion. There will be stuff that, I probably wouldn't term it junk, but I may need some work that we might not get the time to get into, so, get ready for that, of course. But we'll be going sort of, pretty hard at it over the next few weeks. Look, it's not going to happen in a day or two, so if you could just hang in there. Today we received it was just on 30 inquiries with specific have you got, and I've tried to get back to 98% of you, and it's just going to take me a few days, but that's actually the way to do it is tell me what you need, we'll see what we've got, we'll see if we can join the dots for sure with the needs and what's sitting here, because we've certainly got to get through quite a bit. Okay, 73s, and nice to have a bit of a play. It's probably 9 o'clock at night out here. Sam's out off doing a face painting job, which she just finished at, actually. She just rang me from about probably an hour's drive away. So she's bringing food home, so I reckon I'll be packing it in pretty soon here. But it's been a good day out here. We've got a lot of stuff done, and every day, health willing, we'll just get a bit more done. Won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Anyway, 73s, thanks for having a look at our little FT101ZD lineup. Not so much. Look, it is giving you an idea if you're one of those people that sent me a message today, just what to expect. I mean, it is all this sort of caliber. I just went a bit crazy buying one of everything, and then two of everything, then five of anyway. So we'll fix that problem, and hopefully, between your needs and my obsession, we'll sort of make the meet in the middle. 73 is VK3 Charlie Mike. Please subscribe. Thank you very much for all the people who are subscribing. It's been good, and I think I said in the last video that soon I'll monetize and be multi-millionaire. But a mate of mine was just on the phone to me telling me that's probably not going to happen. I've sort of gathered that. 73 is all the best. Cheers.